Hello and welcome, my Cancer friends. This is Jennifer from Mystic Star. I want to thank you so much for spending some time with me today and watching this video. This is going to be a group reading for my Cancer friends to celebrate Halloween. And happy Halloween, my Cancer friends. This is such a fantastic time. The energies are just so vibrant and amazing right now. This is an important day for many people on many different levels. And when I was looking at this reading, I had to look at how so many different people celebrate October 31st. Then I had to decide on how I wanted to lay this reading out. When I looked at it, I really was drawn to the Wiccan and Pagan view of October 31st, and that's a year-end celebration. So I thought it would be a fantastic time to plan out and map out what the next 12 months are going to hold for you. And that's what I've done. I've created a spread, and this is the spread I'm going to use, to kind of map out where things are going for you in the next 12 months. Now, I did a spread like this because I couldn't find anything online that really spoke to me and that resonated with me. I wanted to share it with you, and there, of course, there's a link below to this spread, so that you can really kind of connect in and maybe try it yourself. This spread would work with tarot or oracle cards, so you can always try it at home as well. The deck I chose for this reading is the Halloween Tarot. I had to. I love it. It's been doing a phenomenal job on these readings. It brings such a fantastic energy to it. Then I'll be ending off the session with an oracle blessing from the Enchanted Oracle. Like always, there are links below to both these spooktacular decks, so should they speak to you, you can go check them out for yourselves. Alright, my Cancer friends, let's get started. So I'm going to flip back between the spread and to the cards, just so that you kind of have an idea of what we're doing. So the first question, what card represents me or my Cancer friends for the year? So what card represents my Cancer friends over the next 12 months? Fantastic card, the Two of Pentacles, or the Two of Pumpkins. This is all about balance and the need to maintain balance, and that juggling act that we have to kind of dance through to try and maintain that balance, because sometimes it can be a bit of a challenge to do. So that's what the card that represents you. Balance is going to be really important, and there's going to be a lot of challenges that are brought forward for you to maintain and keep your balance. So let's look at question 2. What card symbolizes the upcoming year? So this is the card that represents the year, or the next 12 months. And that's the King of Imps, or the King of Wands. This next year brings you a lot of passion, fire, and that inner strength. You're going to find that you have more control over the next 12 months over that inner strength than you have in the past. Fantastic cards to have. That balance and fire are really going to help give you that stability and structure you need to move forward. Okay, so let's look. And I didn't even get the question out before I had jumpers. What card symbolizes the main challenge for my Cancer friends in the next coming year? So this is the biggest spread I've created to date, with 15 cards intentionally drawn. There are situations like what we're currently at where you're going to have more because cards are going to jump out or fall out. You just kind of make them fit, and that's what we're going to do. So, the first card that jumped out is the Five of Bats, or the Five of Swords. People's ideas and thoughts about situations are going to really challenge you, because they're not going to be the same platform and ideas and ideals that you hold. Those conflicting thoughts, and of course people will happily share their thoughts with you, will cause you challenge. Then we have the Queen of Pumpkins, or the Queen of Pentacles. that need to make sure that you are caring for everybody and that everybody feels okay and is happy is going to really compound that 5. That 5 is saying there's going to be conflict between people, but your need to really support and make sure they're okay is going to add to that. It's going to fuel their fire, because you're going to be put into situations that are going to cause imbalance and cause you problems. The final card that jumped out was the 10 of Imps, or the 10 of Wands. Not only is the people pleasing going to cause problems, the need to accomplish everything by yourself and not asking or agreeing to or giving permission for help is going to really burn you out. It's going to cause this fire to dwindle. The 10 of Imps, or the 10 of Wands, warns us about working too hard rather than working smarter. That working smarter and asking for and receiving help will kind of give you a little bit of an extra boost as long as you take that extra support and ask for it. This is going to be more of a journey for you, where you're going to have to make some kind of life-altering shifts. Asking for and receiving and allowing that help, and then also kind of focusing in on you rather than everybody else. Okay, when I say that, I mean like the making sure that everything's okay with them, and that, you know what, where you're at may not be okay with them, and you're okay with that. Okay, so the next 12 cards, or well, 12 draws, because who knows how many cards I'm going to end up with, are for the months. I'm not going to flip back and forth because that's just going to be a flickering effect. The next card that I'm going to draw for is for the month of November. We're going to start at the top with November and work our way around. As the Pagan or Wiccan New Year is for November 1st, or starts on October 31st, that's what we're going to move forward from. So the next question would be, what card symbolizes November and all that it has in store for my Cancer friends? And that's the Page of Bats, or the Page of Swords. Pages are that childlike, innocent, playful, and inquisitive energy. Swords are about truth and knowledge. Apparently so are bats. So November's going to bring you the ability to start to really find out more information and learn a lot more. And it's not so much through books, it's through that experiential learning where you're hands-on doing. That playful, getting your hands in the muck, learning will really kind of summarize November. You have that ability and chance to learn a lot that's going to help you through the next 12 months. Let's move on to position 2, or well, I guess it's position 5, the second month, and that's December. What card symbolizes December and all that it holds for my Cancer friends? Fantastic. The World. The World's the 21st card in the Major Arcana, and it talks about the ending and a beginning of something. It talks about celebrating all that you've achieved, because it's been a lot. You've been able to achieve a lot, even over the last 10 months. Celebrating all that you have achieved, taking a bit of a breath, and being really excited for that next phase. January is going to bring us that next phase. Let's look at what that next phase might be. What card symbolizes January and all that it will bring my Cancer friends? Fantastic. The Two of Ghosts. Twos are duality and choice. Ghosts are, they're the cups. So you have the lesser lovers in January. The big piece in January is going to be those relationships. Those relationships not only with that certain special somebody, but all your relationships. You're going to be really needing to take stock of whether the relationships are positive and helpful, or are they ones that you have found are getting unbalanced, and you kind of need to take rebalancing and making the relationship more positive. January also does bring you that ability and guidance and energies to start focusing in on a relationship, whether it be an existing relationship with someone special or finding that someone special. January gives you opportunities that will help arise and strengthen relationships. On to February. What card symbolizes February and all that it will bring? We got a jumper. My Cancer friends. Okay. Actually, I was wrong. You have 2 jumpers. Okay. Who was wanting the Lovers, right? We go from 2 of Cups to the Lovers. Sorry, we're going to go 2 of Cups to the High Priestess. Still a really good card to have in February. The High Priestess is going to help. We're going from external relationships to that internal relationship. That internal relationship talks about that connection in. The High Priestess is a gatekeeper. She's going to help us connect into our higher self and help raise our vibration, which is going to make it easier for us to connect into those higher vibrational beings. February also brought us the 9 of Pumpkins, also known as the 9 of Pentacles. 9s are all about that hard work, all that we've done to achieve what we currently have. The High Priestess wants to celebrate all that you have managed to acquire and create in your life. She also gives you opportunity to strengthen and create more abundance in your life, because you're connecting into those higher vibrational beings, and you're also strengthening your vibration. You're raising it. When we raise our vibration, it's easier to manifest things. So February is a very helpful month for you in that connection and manifestation. All right, let's bring on March. What card symbolizes March and all that it will bring for my Cancer friends? March brings on the 7 of Bats, also known as the 7 of Swords. March brings on a warning. February has brought you much abundance and connection. You're going to have to be very careful not to try and take too much. Trying to getting away with too much, people will see through that. You have to remember, you've got that 5 of Swords and that Queen of Pumpkins or Pentacles that are really going to be causing you problems, especially in March. There's going to be lots of ideas and thoughts brought towards you, but also that people pleasing. Trying to get away with too much in March would be a bad idea. People will see right through it and will call you on it, especially with that 5 of Swords right there, or 5 of Bats. All right, let's go on to April. What card symbolizes April and all that it will bring my Cancer friends? And that's the 5 of Imps, or the 5 of Wands. It's from March to April, you're going to be looking at a little bit of conflict there. Now 7s are a conflictual number, so are 5s, but 7 is a lucky number. 7s bring victory. 5s just bring strife. They're all about that challenge and struggle. The 5 of Imps or Wands talks about that passion piece. Not only are people going to give you their thoughts, they're going to add their feelings to it too. They're going to really challenge you on multiple levels on what it is you're trying to achieve and how you're going forward. It's fantastic how people in our lives, whether it doesn't matter how close the relationship is, they all have ideas on how we need to live our lives and how we need to go forward. And they're really not afraid to share those thoughts and feelings. Okay, I didn't even get the question out. We had jumpers. Okay. We're on to May. What card, or cards, because you have a couple here, symbolize May and all it's going to bring for my Cancer friends. Okay. We still only have two jumpers. May is going to bring you the Ace of Ghosts or the Ace of Cups. May is going to be a bit of a shift. You're going to get out of that public opinion, and you're going to be able to really connect into that Holy Grail. Those gifts that the universe wants to give you are really going to be abundant in May. You need to be able to kind of keep your eyes open because they're going to be hidden in plain sight. The card that jumped out with it, Judgment, the 20th card in the Major Arcana. And it talks about that listening to the universe, that universal song and message. And that's very much what I just said. You need to be paying attention to these messages. The universe has much to share with you in May. You just need to be really paying attention. The symbols, the messages will be hidden in plain sight. And when I say hidden, they're going to be pretty blatant if you're paying attention. Let's head into June. What card symbolizes June and all that it's going to bring for my Cancer friends? And that's Temperance. She's the 14th card in the Major Arcana. She talks about balance and energy flow. June is going to really bring forward that ability to not only maintain and create balance in your life, and that's one of the cards that we're really working on for the next 12 months, but also focusing in on that energy. Lots is going to be shared with you in May that can really kind of topple that balance, because the universe is really going to be kind of really hitting home with a lot of these messages. June brings that ability to re-establish not only your balance, but also re-establish some really positive energy flows, working on your chakras, making sure that you're feeling that universal energy flowing through you, and starting to do some healing that is going to be needed through that next phase of your journey. All right, the journey continues with July. What card symbolizes July and all it holds for my Cancer friends? And you get two for the price of one. They jumped out. One is the 7 of Pumpkins or the 7 of Pentacles. That hard work will start to pay off. So depending on how much work you've done here to connect in and receive that message, and how much work you've done here to connect in with others and yourself, will start to pay off in July. That 7 of Pumpkins, you're going to see that hard work come to fruition. Like I said, 7s are a struggle. We've got struggle, however victorious, because we have abundance. And with it, the 5 of Pumpkins jumped. So the 5 of Pentacles. Not only are you going to have abundance, but some of these relationships here you're going to feel that disconnect come July. So it's going to be important to, again, that balance comes up. Balance them off. Your hard work is coming in. Spending some extra time with those relationships so you don't feel so isolated is going to be a very important step for you in July. Let's move on to August. What card symbolizes August and all that it's going to bring for my Cancer friends? It's that 8 of Pumpkins or the 8 of Pentacles. We're back to that hard work, that skill development, that mastery. The 8 of Pumpkins or the 8 of Pentacles talks about that need to sit down and do the hard work. We're back to those universal gifts and to this relationship piece, especially with that High Priestess. Very important. The more work you put in here, the more reward you're going to have later. And let's look at September. What card symbolizes September and all that it will bring for my Cancer friends? And that's the Emperor. The Emperor is the 4th card in the Major Arcana, and it speaks about that stability and strength. The importance of routine and structure in your life. September is usually a time where kids go back to school and we look at that next phase. You need to start to prepare, following those structures, adding in that routine, really getting things down pat, because the structure and stability and the knowledge that the Emperor is going to offer us in September is going to help us kind of round this year out and start to get us sent down the right path. We've been focusing a lot on our skills here. Now it's about trying to get the structure that we need in our physical world so that we can get moving on. I wouldn't say a different path, but that next stage of the path. All right, we're going to round this off with October. What card symbolizes October and all that it's going to bring for my Cancer friends? Okay, we have jumpers, and we're going to be squished up there. The first one is the 8 of Imps, or the 8 of Wands. 8s are about movement and manifestation. The 8s of Imps or Wands is going to really get moving and give you direction and movement to that structure that the Emperor wanted. There's a reason the Emperor wanted that. With the 8 jumped the King of Bats. Interestingly enough, the King of Bats, or the King of Swords, is connected to the Emperor. Where the Emperor is the Major Arcana version, this is the Minor Arcana. He too is about that structure and routine, that knowledge piece. He's the King of Swords. That knowledge and structure, it gives stability to that passion and really gets that momentum going so that you're able to create more in your life. And the last card that jumped out with those two would be the Queen of Ghosts, or the Queen of Cups. The Queen adds that intuition, and most importantly, that intuitional creativity. October, you're really going to see things start to maneuver and go. A lot of these cards don't have a lot of movement. They're a lot of work cards and balancing cards. We have the 8 of Wands that's adding movement to the King and the Queen and really tapping into that Emperor's strength. So in October, you're going to start to see that what you wanted to manifest and create in your life has the ability to do it in October. Or you're going to see the results of some of the stuff that you wanted to manifest. October is going to be a really great month for the fruits of your labor to come in. We saw it here a bit. However, the season hadn't quite finished. This is where the season's really going to come in. And you're going to see that harvest really being bountiful and fulfilling. All right, let's add your shadow card, what your shadow self wants to add. That's the 3 of Pumpkins. 3s are about expression and growth. Pumpkins or Pentacles are about that growth and abundance. The 3 of Pentacles is about really teamwork and working together and getting things done. Pamela Coleman Smith put this card as a tradesperson like this. However, there were 2 other individuals with him. There was an architect and an abbot. They're trying to create this amazing cathedral. Teamwork is going to be key. You do not need to do this alone. Relationships came in early in the next 12 months. Working part of a team, not only on the physical plane, but the astral plane, will really bring October's bounty to be even more bountiful than what was originally thought. If you try and do it alone, it's not going to be as great. It still will be fantastic. It's just not going to be as bountiful as you'd hoped. That teamwork is key. Let's look at a blessing. What blessing does Halloween have for my Cancer friends? That's temptation. It's a beautiful card. This is a lot. This map is telling you guys a lot of information. Your ego is not going to like it. It's going to pose temptation to pull you off this track, because this track talks about spiritual growth and abundance. That's out of the box of control that your ego has. It's not in the safety zone. So it's going to add temptation, and it's going to focus your attention on that temptation to push you off track. Again, part of the being observant to the universal information is staying on track. We have free will. This is a map. It can change at any time depending on what choices we make. We can really strengthen this, or we can change it. Temptation can change it. It's up to you on how you decide to go forward. Now my team is screaming at me about the angelic messages within this, and let's be honest, you've got probably a third of the deck here. We've got a number of them. Twos. You've got the Two of Pentacles and the High Priestess. When you're looking at that repeated two, you're looking at the angels saying to keep the faith and don't give up. This is your journey. Keep the faith. We have repeated fives. In angel messages, fives talk about a positive change coming. Again, you'd have to stay to path. We've got 3 fives actually. Oops. Fives. Okay. We also have Kings, the 14th card. The 14th card. We have a king under here as well. In angel messages, repeated 14s talk about you attract what you put out there. To keep that energy positive, so you're bringing in that positive vibration back to you. Then we have sevens. Sevens are, like I said, a lucky number. In angel messages, multiple sevens talk about keeping on the right path. This is a spiritual number. It's time for reflection and making sure you stay true to that path. We have multiple queens. Queens are the 13th card in the minor arcana. When you're looking at multiple 13s, you need to really calm your mind and receive those intuitive messages, because there's lots of them coming your way. I think that's all the ones I can see. Now, if I'm wrong, please leave it in the comment box below and I can tell you what the double messages mean. For those who are interested and wish, they can pause the video here. I know there's a lot of cards on this table and that there's lots covering each other up. However, these cards were meant for you. I drew them for my Cancer friends. What further information do they want to share with you? Like I said, this is a group reading. If you're looking for a more personal or specific reading, you can follow the link below and schedule a private reading with myself. For those who are interested, I will be running online introductory and interactive classes over the next couple of months. The first one is on November 11th, where I'll be running my Introductions to Angels and Archangels class. Then on December 9th, I'll be running my Introduction to Connecting, which is a channeling class. If you're interested in both or either of these classes, you can find out more information and register on my website. I provided a link below to my classes page so you can go directly and find out more information. I hope you found this video fun and helpful, and that you're able to gain some direction and insight into what the next 12 months hold for you. Like I said, this is a map, and it can be changed at any time. I want to thank you so much for spending some time with me today and watching this video. I'm going to keep making creative, fun videos for my Zodiac friends. If you have any thoughts or comments, please leave them below. I'm always up for feedback from my friends. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for the latest content. As you can see here, you really never know where I'm going to go next, and I'd really hate for you to miss a video. Also, if you'd like this video and want to support me in making more, I have a Patreon page with many tiers and lots of perks. In some of the tiers, the perks are private readings with myself. I provided a helpful link below, so why not go check it out. Until tomorrow, my Cancer friends.